Bill Anderson, as the New Jersey legislature considers even more gun control legislation, sometimes common sense and a new perspective comes from the mouth of a child. What do you got?
Yes, New Jersey Shyanne Roberts is a competitive shooter. She has her own pink rifle for competition. She was recently given a custom AR-15 semi-automatic rifle because the company admires her and her talents, and she's been shooting for over 4 years. Won numerous awards after being trained by her father, Dan, who is a shooting instructor, and recently testified before the New Jersey legislature in an attempt to convince them that new gun legislation won't reduce crime.
If it wasn't against the law, I would have brought one of my competition guns with me today to show you it won't do anything unless someone touches it.
Also, Dan and the family are one of the thousands of New Jerseyans who, if Governor Christie signs pending legislation, will immediately be considered felons just because they own a magazine that holds over 10 rounds, and that will become illegal. Her long list of accolades is even more impressive, more unique, because, as you can see, affectionately known as Shy, she's 9 years old, and joins us here in the studio to talk a little bit about her experiences.
How long have you been shooting? Since you were 6? That's when you started?
Since I was 5.
She got her first rifle for herself. She started on my lap at 5.
Now, what do you like about it?
That it's fun and it's challenging.
Yeah?
And she likes beating the boys.
What do you say to someone who accuses you of just using your daughter to, push a political agenda?
They have no idea what they're talking about, and they've never met her.
What do you think the message is?
I can teach my kids to not stick a fork in an electrical outlet because they'll get shocked. I can teach my kids not to touch a hot stove because they'll get burned. I can teach my kids to stay away from a pool because if they don't know how to swim, they can get killed by drowning. But I can't teach them how to not play with a firearm. It makes no sense.
It's also like an issue of self-defense. I mean, she's 9. Do you see that? Do you think that you've helped her be able to defend herself in any situation?
I think she's definitely a lot more confident for a lot of different reasons. That certainly plays a role in it. I hope we never have to find that out. But somebody else asked us that question about a month ago, and she just said, I will do whatever I have to protect my little brother and my family, no matter what it is. Whether it's a wiffle ball bat or, heaven forbid, she ever had to use a firearm.
Shy, there are a lot of rules, I'm guessing, about guns, and you say that you're very safe about them. What are the rules for you? What do you do with the gun, and what are the rules for the gun?
Always keep it pointed in a safe direction. Never point it at anybody. Always treat a gun like it's loaded, and know what you're shooting at.
Cheyenne, your dad said that you'd be there ready, willing to protect your family. What would you do? What would you be willing to do?
I would grab my brother and say to get out, and I would run.
Do you think you'd shoot somebody?
If I had to, yes.
Okay. What do you say to the liberals out there that would be horrified that you've got a 9-year-old girl that's exposed to firearms, that's out there shooting? I mean, in particular, Steve Sweeney, the Senate president, had some of the parents of the Sandy Hook victims out, and it was horror that there was any exposure to firearms.
I think it's incredibly short-sighted. I'm sensitive to what they went through, but I think it's a visceral reaction without a lot of thought behind it. We protect our banks, our jewelry stores, our sports stadiums, our ATM delivery guys, all with firearms. But don't dare mention protecting children with armed guards. Oh, we can't have that.
Cheyenne, what's next for you? When's the next competition?
I think it's next week.
Okay. Is the goal to get to the Olympics?
Yes.
Outstanding.